Welcome to Mouse in the Morning, the best way to start your day with the happiest place on earth. I'm Andrew.
I'm Patrick.
Let's talk Shanghai.
So this week, Shanghai Disneyland had a soft open, which means that a lot of employees and their friends and stakeholders get to go to Shanghai Disneyland, and we don't, which is kind of disappointing. But we do get to see a lot of videos online that kind of give us an idea of what's going on.
And about a year ago, we posted an episode, which was primarily speculation.
And in fact, in that video, we speculated a lot about the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Amazing! And believe it or not, a lot of our predictions came true.
We still don't know exactly what it is because it's such a dark ride that it's very hard to tell on most of the footage what exactly is going on, but you do get a strong sense that it is a very new generation of Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates has always been a large-scale ride from the day that it opened, originally at Disneyland. It's always been a very large scale, and now I feel like it's tiny by comparison. I mean, this new one is like, it might be the largest scale dark ride ever. It appears like the narrative of the ride is really conveyed through a lot of the projection technology that they use.
Something that kind of surprised me a little bit was how Captain Jack and what's the guy's name?
Davy Jones.
And Davy Jones. How Captain Jack and Davy Jones, there are animatronics of both of them, but then there are also like multiple projections within practical sets of the two of them, which really kind of threw me off. I do think they've got some really great animatronics. I think Davy Jones is pretty awesome.
Oh, the animatronics are some of the best I think I've seen.
Yeah. I have to say that my favorite is Captain Jack Sparrow because, like, at the very beginning, how he changes.
There's an effect at the beginning. If you are planning on going to Shanghai in the next year and you don't want it spoiled, Don't watch this part. Close your eyes. But for the rest of you, this is absolutely unbelievable. This is Disney Imagineering at its absolute finest.
So I had to watch this like 5 times, and I still have no idea what they do.
Honestly, I don't want to know how they do it.
My best guess is that Hatbox had something to do with how they got there, because there's still some stuff about Hatbox Ghost that I don't understand. But this like takes it to an all-new level of like insanity.
And it's a fully articulated animatronic that just comes out of nowhere. Disney has had to have been sitting on this for years. This technology that they're using, they have had to have had in their back pocket for a long time. And we haven't seen any of it in the States. I mean, it's very exciting, but it's also like, man, this surpasses anything that they have done in the U.S. or any of their other parks ever before.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, it's this great blend of projection and practical and animatronic, and a lot of the time you can't tell. What is interesting, though, about the projection is you don't see that just on Pirates. You kind of see that on some other rides. Like Peter Pan, for example, I feel like has a lot more projection than at any of the other Disney parks. Something else that I think is kind of interesting is the storybook/Jungle Book type ride that they've got.
So the castle ride.
Yeah.
Which is something that Disney's never done before. There's never been a ride connected with the castle. This is like a Jungle Cruise crossed with
the storybook.
It's a Small World crossed with the storybook canals down in Anaheim.
And everything's like super ornate. Even things that would normally just be a plain color have all of these ornate decorations on them.
You are in a boat that's like the Jungle Cruise boat, where it does have a canopy on the top, so you don't have a view above you, but to the sides you do, and you kind of go through these enchanted caverns.
I wouldn't say it's like a dark ride so much as it's kind of like riding a boat through a Disney museum with a lot of really ornate and beautiful fountains. What about the castle itself? The castle itself is like huge.
So it's been on the radar in the Disney world for a long time that this will be the largest castle. It also won't be devoted to one singular princess, but it will be sort of
like all the princess.
All of them. In some of the footage that we've seen of the park, like when you enter in towards the front of the park, the castle is so far away from you at the entrance of the park, and yet still so large.
Very demanding of attention. No matter where you are in the park, you can see the castle very clearly. It's the Storybook Castle, but the walkthrough has mostly Snow White.
Yeah. I do think we should also talk about TRON, because this was a big attraction that a lot of people have been anticipating for years.
Right, yes.
Actually, before before Shanghai Disney was ever even, I think, on anybody's radar, people have been talking about, we want a Tron ride, we want a Tron Lightcycle roller coaster or ride or whatever, and this is finally it. I will say, I think that from what I've seen of the effects of the ride, it does seem pretty cool. The ride vehicles are very cool, and it's a launch too, which is pretty cool.
And the launch is very interesting because it goes in and around the queue, and then you go into the separate building once you actually go inside. I think that's where it gets really interesting.
It is hard to tell with Tron and with some of the other rides. It's like Disney rides kind of sometimes feel like a warm hug, and I don't know if these really, I don't know if they have that. I think that what would be very interesting to tell in going, which as we've said, neither of us have been, if the scale of the park really does, if it does maintain the distinct Disney feeling.
Right.
And that's what's hard to tell, and that's what I am very skeptical about. It does seem kind of sparse. It's huge. There's so much, like the walkways are so wide. I mean, the way that they cattle corral people through Disney and Anaheim, I mean, makes this just look like wide open.
The like a 12-lane freeway.
Basically.
For people, basically.
It's so much room.
I got really excited about the river rapids, and we still haven't seen anything.
Haven't seen the river rapids yet. It
really
allegedly has like a very cool alligator.
That is the thing that I'm probably the most excited about in terms of animatronics at the park.
When is some of this stuff going to come over here?
Well, I mean, we do have Star Wars Land coming.
Now that I've seen this, I expect Star Wars Land to be
top notch.
Real. I have very high expectations now.
So what do you guys think about Shanghai Disneyland? Let us know in the comments below.
And go ahead and tweet us your thoughts as well at Mouse in the Morn, and follow us on Instagram at Mouse in the Morning.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching Mouse in the Morning.